We see the president everywhere, a constant presence in our lives. Their image is projected across every medium imaginable, on screens big and small, broadcasting news and updates, at podiums delivering speeches that shape national discourse and policy. They address the nation and the world with carefully chosen words, signing documents, enacting laws that impact the lives of every citizen. Each signature carries the weight of responsibility and the promise of change. Meeting world leaders, engaging in diplomacy that shapes international relations and global stability. These encounters are crucial for navigating complex geopolitical landscapes. But what does the president actually do? Beyond the photo ops and public appearances, what are the true responsibilities of this powerful office? The role is far more than just a figurehead. It's a complex web of duties, decisions, and demands that shape the course of history. The presidency is a living institution, shaped by history and the individuals who hold the office. Each president leaves their mark, contributing to the ongoing narrative of American leadership. The president is a temporary custodian of immense power, entrusted with the leadership of a nation and the responsibility of upholding its values. Bound by the Constitution, the supreme law of the land. This document serves as both a guide and a constraint on presidential authority. This document outlines both the president's duties and their limits, carefully balancing power with accountability. It's a framework designed to prevent tyranny and protect individual liberties. Every decision made in the White House, from the mundane to the monumental, carries significant weight and potential consequences, can affect millions at home and abroad. The ripple effects of presidential actions extend far beyond national borders, impacting global economies, security, and diplomacy. The job demands a balance of action and restraint, a careful consideration of both immediate needs and long-term consequences, vision and respect for the law. A president must be both a visionary leader and a faithful interpreter of the Constitution, navigating the complexities of governance with wisdom and integrity. To understand the presidency, we must look at the office itself, its structure, its traditions, and its evolving role in American society, its powers, its checks, and its place in the American experiment. The delicate balance of power between the executive, legislative, and judicial branches is essential to preserving our democracy. The story of the presidency is the story of American self-governance, a testament to our commitment to democratic ideals and the peaceful transfer of power, where one citizen leads all others, if only for a time, embodying the hopes and aspirations of a nation. It's a system built on trust, accountability, and the enduring belief in the power of the people. The American president wears many hats, a symbolic representation of the vast and varied responsibilities that come with the highest office in the land. These aren't just ceremonial titles, they represent the core functions and duties that define the presidency, each representing a unique responsibility, a distinct facet of leadership that demands specific skills and unwavering dedication. From guiding national policy to representing the country on the global stage, each role carries significant weight. As head of state, the president embodies the spirit and ideals of the United States. The president is the living symbol of the nation, a figurehead representing the country's history, values, and aspirations to both its citizens and the world, performing ceremonial duties that unite Americans, fostering a sense of national pride and shared identity through traditions and celebrations. These moments of unity are crucial for national cohesion. Simultaneously, the president is party leader, a role that requires navigating the complex world of political strategy and party loyalty. Shaping the party's agenda and supporting fellow members, influencing policy decisions and maintaining party unity are key aspects of this role. The president must balance the needs of the party with the needs of the nation. Balancing these roles can be a source of both strength and tension, requiring careful consideration and strategic decision-making to avoid conflicts of interest and maintain public trust. The president must govern for all citizens, not just their party, striving to represent the diverse interests and perspectives of the entire nation. This requires a commitment to bipartisanship and a willingness to compromise. These roles often overlap, creating a complex web of responsibilities that demand constant adaptation and prioritization. A decision as commander-in-chief can impact diplomacy, influencing international relations and shaping the global landscape. Military actions always have diplomatic consequences, and actions as chief executive are seen through a political lens, subject to scrutiny and interpretation by the media, the public, and political opponents. Every decision is analyzed for its political implications. The presidency is a constant juggling act, a relentless cycle of meetings, decisions, and public appearances that leaves little room for personal time, requiring skill and a deep sense of responsibility, demanding both intellectual prowess and a strong moral compass to navigate the challenges of the office. Success depends on how well the president navigates these competing demands, effectively managing crises, building consensus, and inspiring confidence in the nation. Understanding these roles is key to appreciating the scope of the presidency, recognizing the immense power and responsibility that rests on the shoulders of one individual. The president's effectiveness is measured by how well they wear each hat, often all at once, demonstrating leadership, integrity, and a commitment to serving the best interests of the American people. It's a test of character and competence on a global stage. At its core, the presidency is an executive job. The president is the chief executive, overseeing the vast federal government and ensuring laws are faithfully executed. This includes managing 15 executive departments and numerous agencies. The president appoints cabinet secretaries and agency heads to help run this massive bureaucracy. These officials carry out the day-to-day work that affects every American, from public safety to tax collection. The president sets priorities and holds officials accountable. While Congress writes the laws, the executive branch under the president determines how they're implemented. Managing this machinery requires strategic delegation and constant oversight. Ultimately, the president is responsible for the performance and failures of the entire executive branch. On the world stage, the president is both commander-in-chief and chief diplomat. As commander-in-chief, the president leads the armed forces and can deploy troops, though only Congress can declare war. This balance of power has sparked debate, as presidents have often acted without formal declarations. As chief diplomat, the president shapes foreign policy, negotiates treaties with Senate approval, and appoints ambassadors. Through diplomacy and military authority, the president works to protect American interests and promote peace. Every action carries global consequences. The president's words and decisions influence alliances, trade, and security. These dual roles require constant judgment and a steady hand. No president governs alone. The cabinet, composed of the vice president and department heads, advises the president on major issues. Cabinet members are experts in their fields, but their role is advisory. The president makes the final call. The Executive Office of the President, EOP, is the president's immediate support team, including the Chief of Staff, National Security Advisor, and Press Secretary. The EOP manages policy, communications, and daily operations. These advisors are chosen for loyalty and expertise, not confirmed by the Senate. The effectiveness of this inner circle can make or break a presidency. Together, the cabinet and EOP help the president process information and project a clear message. Their support is crucial to navigating the complexities of the office. The President of the United States, as the head of the executive branch, wields powerful tools to shape policy and guide the nation. These tools are not just symbolic, they have real and lasting impacts on the lives of everyday citizens. Among the most significant are executive orders and the veto power. Executive orders are essentially directives issued by the president to federal agencies and officials within the executive branch. They instruct these entities on how to implement existing laws and policies. These orders carry the force of law, meaning they must be obeyed, and can have a wide-ranging impact on everything from environmental regulations to immigration policy. However, the power of executive orders is not unlimited. It is carefully circumscribed by the Constitution and existing statutes passed by Congress. The president cannot use an executive order to create new laws or to contradict existing ones. Furthermore, executive orders can be challenged in court if they are deemed to exceed the president's authority or violate the Constitution. Perhaps most significantly, they can be reversed or modified by future presidents, often leading to a pendulum swing in policy with each change in administration. This inherent impermanence makes them a less stable and enduring form of policy than legislation passed by Congress. The veto, on the other hand, allows the president to reject bills passed by Congress, preventing them from becoming law. This power serves as a crucial check on the legislative branch, forcing lawmakers to reconsider their proposals, negotiate with the president, and potentially modify the bill to gain presidential approval. Of course, Congress retains the power to override a veto, but only with a supermajority, a two-thirds majority vote in both the House of Representatives and the Senate. Achieving such a consensus is a rare feat in the modern political landscape, particularly in times of deep partisan division. The mere threat of a presidential veto often exerts a significant influence on the legislative process, shaping the content and direction of legislation long before it ever reaches the president's desk. In conclusion, these tools, the executive order and the veto, give the president significant influence over the course of lawmaking, the implementation of policy, and the overall operations of the government. However, it is crucial to remember that both of these powers are carefully checked and balanced by the other branches of government, Congress and the courts. The power of the pen, whether used to issue an executive order or to veto a bill, is central to the president's authority, but it is not absolute, and it is always subject to the constraints of the Constitution and the scrutiny of the other branches. Every action taken by the president is subject to review, potential challenge, and even reversal, underscoring the fundamental principles of checks and balances that underpin the American system of government. The Constitution's framers feared concentrated power, so they built a system of checks and balances. Congress can override vetoes, control funding, confirm appointments, and even impeach the president. The courts, led by the Supreme Court, can strike down presidential actions that violate the Constitution. Judges serve for life, insulated from political pressure, ensuring impartial rulings. The president is also accountable to the people through elections and public opinion. A popular president can drive change. An unpopular one may see their agenda stalled. Citizens influence government through voting, protest, and communication. This web of checks ensures the president remains a servant, not a master. Power is always balanced, never absolute. Electing the president isn't a simple popularity contest. It's done through the Electoral College. Voters choose electors pledged to a candidate. Each state gets electors equal to its congressional representation. Most states use a winner-take-all system, amplifying the importance of state victories. To win, a candidate needs a majority of electoral votes, currently 270 out of 538. The system was designed as a compromise to balance the interests of large states and small states. It can result in a president winning without the national popular vote, as seen in recent elections. Supporters say it protects smaller states, critics call it undemocratic. The Electoral College shapes campaign strategies and outcomes. Understanding it is key to understanding how America chooses its leader. The debate over its fairness continues, but it remains central to the process. The presidency is an office of immense power and responsibility, guiding the nation through peace and crisis. Yet this power is carefully limited by checks and balances: Congress, the courts, and the people. Public opinion and elections keep the president accountable. Understanding the presidency is a duty of citizenship. It helps us evaluate leaders and guard against overreach. The office belongs to the people, not the occupant. An informed citizenry is the best defense of liberty. The executive branch is just one part of the constitutional system, balanced by Congress and the judiciary. Each branch plays a vital role in American democracy. The story of the presidency is part of the ongoing journey of self-government.